New York Mets versus San Francisco Giants. It's the opening game of a weekend series between National League foes on the diamond in the city by the Bay when the New York Mets travel to take on the San Francisco Giants Friday night, and New York swept the Angels at home as they picked up a 6-3 triumph in the series finale Wednesday. San Francisco rolled to a 9-3 road win over Atlanta in the rubber game of a three-game series Wednesday. Last season, the Giants won the season series 4-2, including 2 of 3 on the road, May 24th to 26th, 2024. New York ran their win streak to 4 games as they swept the Angels by prevailing at home Wednesday night. The Mets entered Thursday 59-44 and held a half-game lead over the Phillies for the top spot in the NL East race. Against the Angels, New York finished with 10 hits as Brandon Nimmo, 2 runs RBI, Francisco Lindor, run 2 RBI, Starling Marte and Pete Alonso, run 3 RBI, each picking up a pair. Nimmo, his 19th, and Alonso, his 22nd, each went deep in the victory for the Mets. Sean Manaea, 1-1, earned the win as he threw 5 innings, allowing 1 run on 2 hits with 2 walks and 5 strikeouts. Edwin Diaz worked 1.1 scoreless innings, allowing no hits or walks while striking out 2 for his 21st save. Clay Holmes is on the mound for the Mets as he makes his 21st start of the season in this contest. He is 8-5 with a 3.48 ERA, a 1.27 WHIP, 43 walks, and 86 strikeouts over 108.2 innings of work on the year. Holmes took the loss in his last start, which came at home against the Reds Saturday. He threw 5.1 innings, allowing 5 runs, 4 earned, on 6 hits with 2 walks and 3 strikeouts in a game. The Mets dropped 5-2. In his last 3 starts, Holmes is 0-1 with a 6.46 ERA, a 1.43 WHIP, 4 walks and 10 strikeouts over 15.1 innings of work. Holmes makes his 10th career appearance, second start against the Giants in this contest. He is 0-1 with 1 save, a 6.75 ERA, a 1.667 WHIP, 6 walks and 8 strikeouts over 12 innings of work. Holmes is 0-1 with 1 save, a 7.56 ERA, a 1.68 WHIP, 5 walks and 5 strikeouts over 8.1 innings of action in 6 appearances, 1 start at Oracle Park. San Francisco won 2 straight as they downed the Braves in the rubber game of their 3-game road set Wednesday. The Giants entered Thursday 54-49 on the year and stood third in the NL West, 6 games behind the Dodgers for the top spot. They stood 1.5 games behind the Padres for the final wildcard spot in the NL playoff picture. Against Atlanta, San Francisco had 10 hits in the game with Rafael Devers, 2 runs, 4 RBI leading the way with 3, while Heliot Ramos, run, added a pair in the contest. Devers, his 18th and 19th, homered twice in the contest, while Matt Chapman added his 14th of the year. Justin Verlander, 1-8, earned the win as he threw 5 innings, allowing no runs on 1 hit with 5 walks and 3 strikeouts before handing things off to the bullpen. Logan Webb is on the hill for the Giants as he makes his 22nd start of the season in this contest. He is 9-7 with a 3.08 ERA, a 1.208 WHIP, 29 walks, and 140 strikeouts over 131.2 innings of work this season. Webb took the loss in his last start, which came against the Blue Jays on the road Saturday. He threw 6 innings, allowing 4 runs on 11 hits with 1 walk and 1 strikeout in a game. The Giants dropped 6-3. In his last 3 starts, Webb is 2-1 with a 6.00 ERA, a 1.61 WHIP, 5 walks, and 13 strikeouts over 18 innings of work. Webb makes his 7th career start against the Mets in this contest. He is 3-1 with a 2.13 ERA, a 1.053 WHIP, 8 walks, and 35 strikeouts over 38 innings of work against them. Webb is 36-22 with a 2.70 ERA, a 1.115 WHIP, 103 walks, and 465 strikeouts over 496 innings in 81 career appearances, 78 starts. at Oracle Park. The Mets pushed back to the top of the NL East standings thanks to their recent success, coupled with the Phillies' up-and-down week. However, starter Holmes has struggled in his recent outings, allowing multiple runs in back-to-back appearances and showing signs of wavering command. That opens the door for San Francisco, which has won 2 straight and sends their ace Logan Webb to the hill for this one. Webb has been a steady force in the rotation, consistently working deep into games while limiting damage with his elite ground ball rate. The Giants have had solid pitching all season long, and their bullpen remains one of the more reliable units in the league. San Francisco stands 28-20 at home, where they've played with more confidence and consistency, while the Mets have stumbled to a 22-28 record as the visiting team. With the Giants trying to gain ground in the NL wildcard chase and their pitching lined up well for the weekend, the edge clearly leans towards San Francisco in this matchup. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is San Francisco Giants ML. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box. Philadelphia Phillies versus New York Yankees. The Phillies make the short trip to the Bronx to battle the Yankees in Game 1 of a 3-game weekend series. The Phillies are in first place in the NL East Division, just ahead of the Mets. The Yankees are chasing the Blue Jays for the top spot in the AL East and hold one of the 3 wildcard spots in the American League. The pitching matchup in the opener will feature the Phillies' righty Taijuan Walker, 3-5, 3.75, opposing right-hander Will Warren, 6-5, 380, 4.91 of the Yankees. The Philadelphia Phillies continue to test themselves against the mettle of the American League East this weekend in the Bronx. The Phillies wrapped up a 3-game series against the Red Sox at home on Wednesday, taking 2 of 3 games. The Phillies had a chance for a 3-game sweep, leading 5-0 early on against the Sox. The Phillies couldn't hold the lead, however, and eventually fell 9-8 in 11 innings. The Phillies hit 5 home runs in the game, 1 each by Kyle Schwarber, Bryce Harper, Nick Castellanos, Bryson Stott, and JT Realmuto. But it wasn't enough. The Phillies are now 58-44 on the season, including 25-25 away from home. They have won 3 of their past 5 games. The Phillies will turn to Taijuan Walker to make the start on Friday. Walker has split time between the bullpen and the starting rotation this season. He has made 21 appearances overall, including 10 starts. Walker has a record of 3-5 with an ERA of 3.75 and a WHIP of 1.38. He has allowed 61 hits in 62.1 innings of work, including 9 home runs. Walker has started each of his last 2 appearances, going 4 innings in each appearance. The Phillies are 1-1 in those 2 starts. The New York Yankees continue on their quest to make the playoffs yet again, while also looking to capture the AL East for the 2nd straight season. After leading the division for much of the first half, the Yankees faltered and were passed by the Blue Jays. That was highlighted by the Blue Jays' 4-game sweep of the Yankees. This week, the Blue Jays and Yankees met again, and the Yankees lost 2 of 3 games. With a chance to win the series on Wednesday, the Yankees fell 8-4 in a sloppy defensive performance. Aaron Judge and Jason Dominguez both homered in a losing effort. The Yankees return home with an overall record of 56-46, including 30-19 at home. The Yankees are 4 games behind the Jays in the division as they prepare for this weekend's series against the Phillies. They will turn to righty Will Warren in the opener. Warren is 6-5 in 21 starts this season, including 3 quality starts. He has an ERA of 4.91 and a WHIP of 1.44. Warren has allowed 96 hits in 99 innings pitched, including 11 home runs. He has 117 strikeouts and walked 47. In his last start, a 12-9 Yankees win at Atlanta, Warren went 3 2/3 innings and allowed 5 hits and 5 runs, while striking out 5. At home this season, Warren is 5-3 with an ERA of 3.00 in 10 games. This could be a power showcase on Friday night. The Phillies have gone over the number in each of Walker's last 2 starts. The Yankees have gone over the number in 3 of Warren's last 5 starts. The Yankees are tops in baseball in home runs, while the Phillies are 12th in the league. The Phillies' left-handed bats will get the chance to flourish with the short porch in right field. 2 of baseball's best teams square off on Friday night in the Bronx, setting the stage for a potential postseason preview between 2 powerhouses. The Yankees have won 3 of their last 5 games, showing signs of momentum as they continue to battle atop the AL East. The Phillies, likewise, have taken 3 of their past 5 contests and remain a force in the National League. However, the edge in this particular pitching matchup leans in favor of the Yankees. Starter Warren has been especially effective at home this season, posting a 5-3 record with a sharp 3.00 ERA over 10 starts in front of the Yankee Stadium faithful. In contrast, Philadelphia's Walker has started in each of his last 2 outings but hasn't made it past the 4th inning, raising durability concerns and placing added pressure on a Phillies bullpen that has struggled for consistency and ranks near the bottom 3rd in key metrics. That bullpen exposure could prove costly against the Yankees' explosive lineup. On the flip side, the Phillies' big bats, particularly Kyle Schwarber and Bryce Harper, should thrive in the hitter-friendly confines of Yankee Stadium, where long balls come a bit easier. Their left-handed power is well suited for the short porch in right field, and both sluggers could play a pivotal role in keeping the game close. Still, unless Walker can find a way to eat more innings, the Yankees appear to have a slight advantage in both pitching depth and late-inning stability. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Yankees ML. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box. San Diego Padres versus St. Louis Cardinals. It's the second game of a 4-game weekend series between National League rivals on the diamond in the Gateway City as the San Diego Padres travel to face the St. Louis Cardinals Friday night and San Diego played the rubber game of a 3-game set in South Beach against the Marlins Wednesday afternoon, falling 3-2. St. Louis played the rubber game of a 3-game series on the road against the Rockies Wednesday afternoon and was blanked 6-0. San Diego fell to 3-3 since the All-Star break as they were beaten in the rubber game of their road set with the Marlins Wednesday afternoon. The Padres entered Thursday 55-47 and stood second in the NL West, 4.5 games behind the Dodgers for the top spot. They held the final wildcard spot in the National League by 1.5 games over the Giants. Against Miami Wednesday, San Diego finished with 7 hits, though Manny Machado, RBI, was the lone player with 2 in the contest. The Padres were just 2 of 6 with runners in scoring position and left 3 men on base in the game. Dylan Cease, 3-10, took the loss as he allowed 3 runs, 2 earned on 4 hits with 3 walks and 5 strikeouts over 5 innings of work. Nick Pivetta takes the mound for the Padres as he makes his 21st start of the year in this contest. He comes in 10-2 with a 2.81 ERA, a 0.997 WHIP, 30 walks, and 127 strikeouts over 115.1 innings of work this season. Pivetta picked up the win in his last start, which came against the Nationals on the road Sunday. He threw 6 innings, allowing 1 run on 3 hits with 1 walk and 5 strikeouts in a 3-1 Padres triumph. In his last 3 starts, Pivetta is 1-0 with a 0.49 ERA, a 0.71 WHIP, 5 walks, and 20 strikeouts over 18.1 innings of work. Pivetta makes his 7th career start against the Cardinals in this contest. He is 3-1 with a 3.47 ERA, a 0.881 WHIP, 12 walks, and 49 strikeouts over 36.1 innings of work. Pivetta is 1-1 with a 4.09 ERA, a 0.818 WHIP, 4 walks and 10 strikeouts over 11 innings in 2 career starts at Busch Stadium. St. Louis dropped to 1-5 since the All-Star break as they were blanked in the rubber game of their 3-game road, set against the league's worst team, the Rockies, Wednesday night. The Cardinals entered Thursday 52-51 and stood fourth in the NL Central, 9.5 games behind the Brewers for the top spot. They were 3.5 games behind the Padres for the final wildcard spot in the National League. Against Colorado Wednesday, St. Louis finished with only 5 hits as no player recorded more than 1. The Cardinals were 0 of 5 with runners in scoring position and left 7 runners on base in the contest. Andre Palante, 5-7, took the loss as he allowed 5 runs on 8 hits with 2 walks and 5 strikeouts. Miles Mikolas is on the bump for the Cardinals as he makes his 20th start of the season in this contest. He is 5-7 with a 5.20 ERA, a 1.299 WHIP, 23 walks, and 69 strikeouts over 97 innings of work on the season. Mikolas took the loss in his last start, which came on the road against the Diamondbacks Sunday. He threw 4 innings, allowing 5 runs on 4 hits with 2 walks and 3 strikeouts in a 5-3 Cardinals loss. In his last 3 starts, Mikolas is 1-2 with a 7.47 ERA, a 1.21 WHIP, 3 walks and 13 strikeouts over 15.2 innings of work. Mikolas makes his 9th career start against the Padres in this contest. He is 3-2 with a 3.00 ERA, a 1.125 WHIP, 9 walks and 31 strikeouts over 48 innings of work against them. Mikolas is 27-32 with a 3.78 ERA, a 1.089 WHIP, 89 walks and 400 strikeouts over 548 innings in 93 career appearances, 92 starts at Busch Stadium. The Cardinals are heading in the wrong direction coming out of the All-Star break after losing 2 of 3 to the lowly Rockies, a series that exposed some troubling flaws on both sides of the ball. St. Louis designated Eric Feta for assignment Wednesday after yet another rough outing, signaling growing frustration within the organization as the team scrambles to find stability on the mound. With the trade deadline looming, the front office is actively looking to shake things up, possibly signaling a shift toward retooling rather than contending. Meanwhile, San Diego has had some issues generating consistent offense on the road this season, but they've shown signs of life recently, especially against right-handed pitching. Nick Pivetta has been steady all year, with a 3.78 ERA in 9 road starts. While slightly less dominant away from home, he remains effective, especially against a slumping Cardinals lineup struggling both mentally and offensively. With St. Louis fading and under pressure, the Padres have the edge and should capitalize for a key road win in the NL wildcard race. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is San Diego Padres ML. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box. Athletics versus Houston Astros. On Friday, the Athletics will play the Houston Astros at Dakin Park, and these AL West squads have met twice this season. The Astros won 4 of the 6 matchups and lead the series 6-4 over the last 10 games. The over was 7-2-1 in those meetings. The Athletics 42-62 SU, 51-53 RL, and 56-43-5 OU were swept by Texas in their previous series. The A's are 4-6 in their last 10 games. The over was 6-4. The Athletics will start left-hander Jeffrey Springs tomorrow against Houston. In his last appearance, 4.0 IP loss to the Guardians, the 29-year-old surrendered 5 runs on 9 hits. He is 8-7 with a 4.18 ERA and 1.22 WHIP in 20 appearances this year, including 4-5 with a 4.11 ERA and 1.27 WHIP on the road, 61.1 innings pitched. The A's made noticeable improvements last season, ranking 8th in home runs, 196, and tied for 11th in walks, 493, all while turning 128 double plays, 5th, and producing 12 shutouts, 9th. While it only resulted in 69 victories, these strides helped the ball club grow. Sacramento's temporary team has shown more growth this season, even if its record doesn't show it. By the time the Athletics arrive in Las Vegas, fans should have plenty to cheer about and feel optimistic about the team's direction. Houston, 60-42 SU, 49-53 RL, and 44-53 OU, swept Arizona in its previous series. The Astros are 5-5 in their last 10 games. The over-under was split 4-4-2. Houston hasn't named a probable starter for Friday's game against the Athletics, as Lance McCullers Jr. recently landed on the injured list. Finger. A possible option is right-hander Ryan Gusto, who is 6'3" with a 4.46 ERA and 1.42 WHIP this season, 76.2 IP, including 3-2 with a 5.29 ERA and 1.55 WHIP at home, 44.2 innings pitched. Gusto has shown flashes of potential, but has struggled with consistency, especially when pitching at Minute Maid Park. Injuries forced the Astros to be creative last year, as they used 12 different starting pitchers and 32 pitchers overall throughout the season, constantly adjusting their rotation and bullpen roles. Still, the resilience of the roster showed, and they managed to turn their season around after a rough start to capture their 7th American League West crown in the last 8 years. A testament to the organization's depth and winning culture. While expectations remain sky-high in H-Town, this year's team has undergone some notable changes. Key veterans like Alex Bregman, Kyle Tucker, and Justin Verlander are no longer in the mix, leaving behind major shoes to fill both on the field and in the clubhouse. In their place, newcomers Isaac Paredes, Christian Walker, and Hayden Wesneski have stepped in, each bringing their own strengths to a retooled Houston lineup and rotation. Paredes adds versatility and pop at the plate, Walker brings consistent power and Gold Glove caliber defense, and Wesneski has shown flashes of brilliance as a rising arm in the rotation. Despite the transition, the Astros have remained a sneaky good team both on the mound and in the batter's box, something they've consistently demonstrated during the first half of the season. With a blend of experience and new talent, Houston remains firmly in the playoff hunt and could be a dangerous team down the stretch if they stay healthy and continue to get solid production from their new core. Houston is one of the best offensive teams in baseball, particularly when facing left-handed pitching, where they rank near the top of the league in key metrics like OPS and slugging percentage. The Astros entered this series riding a 4-game winning streak following a dominant sweep of Arizona, and the momentum suggests they could be on the verge of an extended run. With their deep, power-heavy lineup firing on all cylinders, I like their odds of chasing Springs from the game early, especially given his recent command issues and short outings. Once Springs is out, the Astros should have no trouble taking advantage of an ineffective Sacramento bullpen that ranks among the league's worst with a 5.48 ERA, 1.52 WHIP, and a staggering 53 home runs allowed. That kind of vulnerability plays directly into Houston's strengths, especially with hitters like Alvarez, Tucker, and Bregman seeing the ball well. The Astros are likely to employ a bullpen game of their own, but even so, their middle relievers have proven capable of handling weaker lineups. Sacramento could still scratch across a few runs, especially in the later innings, and contribute just enough to help push the total over. That scenario becomes even more probable if Houston jumps out to an early commanding lead, which would allow them to rest their high-leverage bullpen arms and go deeper into the depth chart. Altogether, this sets up as a high-scoring affair and a favorable spot for overbettors looking to cash in. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Astros ML. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box.